Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be walking you through my skincare routine. I'm going to be talking a little bit about my skincare journey. I think I've been lucky not to have a lot of cystic acne or too much normal acne. I definitely have dealt with it in the past, and I still definitely deal with bouts of acne here and there. I'd say most recently I dealt with a lot of skin texture, but I think it's overall, I'd say with my current routine, it's improved a lot. Something I also want to mention is I have combination skin, which pretty much means I have dry cheeks and an oily T-zone. It could be also you have oily cheeks or dry T-zone. And I've actually introduced my friends to a lot of the products I use. I've heard good things, so I wanted to come and share with you today what exactly I do, and hopefully you can incorporate a few things into your routine and it might help. Let's get started. So this is the Vanilla Co-Cleanser. As you've seen, I've used quite a bit. Swipe that onto my palm. I'll get like a quarter sized chunk. Oh, I can't forget, I always need to get my hair out of my face, so got this cute little headband from Yes Style. This is, I think, a pretty popular headband that people use. And I'll take my cleanser and then I'll just swipe that on my face. A tip that I feel like has helped me a lot, really make sure I cleanse properly, is I will rub in my cleanser for a full minute. Okay, and then I will wash my face. While my face is still wet, I go in with a foam-based cleanser. This is the Be Plain Greenful pH Balance Cleansing Foam. In my opinion, this one's really light on your skin. There's not like a ton of foam. It's not really drying, because I feel like that's something I struggle with a lot. Put a little bit and then I'll emulsify that and then continue to emulsify that on my face. And then I'll wipe that off or wash it off. So I know this sounds kind of weird, but I actually don't dry my face. I just let the water sit after I've washed off the foam cleanser. I know it like I think this advice got memed on. People were like, oh my god, I can't even use towels anymore. Like, you still can, but I think for me personally, because I have combination skin, so oily T-zone, dry, I noticed my cheeks were getting really dry when I would towel dry. When it's like 75% dry, I will go in with a toner. So I use the Tokdo toner by Round Lab. This is my all-time holy grail toner. I also stopped using cotton pads because I actually noticed, for me personally, one was wasting product, and two, it absorbed into my skin completely fine without using cotton pads. So I'll take some of my toner, put it on my hand like a dollop, and then I'll just kind of rub it all over my face. There are days where I do use cotton pads, where if I really want it to the product to sit like kind of like a face mask, I'll do that. A really popular method is they take the cotton pad and they put toner on 7 times. It's called like the 7 toner method. I kind of do a modified version of that, but just with my hands. So I'll say I'll go in with my toner like 3 times on average, but if I really feel like my skin needs more hydration, I will do like the 7 skin method, or I'll just do a couple more. So like, I think I've done it 4 times here, and personally that feels good enough to me, so I'll stop it. If you have oily, dry, sensitive, combination, like literally any skin type, this is like the toner that I recommend to all my friends, and my friends who have acne prone skin, who have dry skin, they all have really liked this. So if you're on the lookout for a toner, I really recommend this one. No, this is a really common product I think that a lot of people use. It's the Advanced Snail Mucin 96 Power Essence by CosRX. It's gone viral on TikTok. I feel like it's gone viral everywhere. I've gone through maybe like 2 to 3 bottles of this. I just think it's a really good hydrating essence that I personally would recommend to anyone. So next, the Hado Labo Goju Q Premium Hyaluronic Acid Lotion. So I know it says lotion, but I heard in Japan lotions are technically serums. So it's definitely more of a watery consistency, I would say, if you can see, kind of. And I found out, I don't know exactly how it works, I don't know the science behind it, but I found out for hyaluronic acid, if you don't live in a humid environment or you live in a more dry environment where there's not as much water on you, you really want to make sure you put something hydrating before, because the hyaluronic acid like takes the moisture and puts it back into your skin, something like that. And so I always make sure to put this after the snail mucin to make sure it has some moisture. Because I did find at one point it was drying my skin a little bit when I was just doing it on its own. And so, yeah, I'll work that in. Nice. So next, I go in the Ilun Ceramide Aloe Lotion. And during the spring and summers, I'll just wear this on its own. It looks like this. It's a pretty light consistency, but I find that it locks in the moisture really well. And then I'll also just work that in. I like to add one more lotion to really lock everything in. And the lotion that I use is the Liquid Gold by Stratia. I also think it's a lightweight lotion. I know it's gold, but don't be scared because it doesn't stay gold. It's when you put it on your skin, it's pretty much translucent. When it's like super dry in the winters, I'm a big fan of Eucerin, and I like the rich one. This is the Intensive Repair Lotion by Eucerin one, and I pretty much will just put it on my dry patches. And then lastly, I will do sunscreen. I'm currently using this is the Round Lab Birch Juice one. I like it, but I feel like there could be a better sunscreen out there. So I wouldn't like wholeheartedly recommend this one personally. And then lastly, I'll take my trusty Aquaphor, and I think Aquaphor is the best lip balm ever. I don't think you need anything else. If you have dry lips, which I do, you need this. This is like the best thing in my opinion. And yeah, I would say that's my base routine. It's pretty simple. It was, how many steps was that? It was typically, it's like 7-step skincare routine, which actually in hindsight kind of sounds like a lot, but for me, I don't think it's too complicated. But yeah, typically I think it's 7. Sometimes during the winter I'll add a couple more steps. So yeah, that's my base routine. So my base routine I think is really good at making sure my skin stays hydrated. I've noticed hydration is always key. Like even if you have oily skin, even if you have dry skin, I would say that if you have oily skin, the only thing you need to be wary of is products that are too clogging and too thick. And I think that's why I try to use thinner lotions to stay away from that. Something that really helped me with my skin texture though is implementing medication. This is tretinoin. I use 0.025. Tretinoin is essentially a prescription grade retinol, but this is clindamycin, and I use these together around 4 times a week, I'd say, during my nights. So what I'll do is I'll do my cleanser, I'll do my serums, and then I'll pause, let my skin dry for 15 minutes. So, because when your skin is wet, it's super vulnerable. And then I'll apply a pea-sized amount of this and also a pea-sized amount of this right after. I would say these are definitely 2 things that help me a lot with clearing up my skin texture and some of my acne. And also something I feel like people don't know is tretinoin and clindamycin. Both of these products you don't need to go to the dermatologist to get a prescription for. You can actually just go to your general care, primary care physician. This isn't like medical advice or anything, but if you are interested in trying it out or you want to get it prescribed, you can typically talk to just your normal doctor, let them know like, oh, I have acne, like heard about this, like could I potentially use it? I'm sure you've heard this like a million times, but sleep and water is your best friend. Like I think those are the 2 biggest things that make I stick to my routine, I sleep, and I drink enough water, I'm pretty happy with how my skin looks. And so those are things that I would definitely recommend doing. Underrated thing is if it's working for you, there's no need to change your routine. Like, I've been using a lot of these products for like a long time now, like few years. And you know, I know on TikTok or Instagram, people recommend new products, but you really don't need to change it up if it's already, your skin is looking good. I just want to put that out there, because I feel like while I do see new products, and occasionally I will jump on one, for the most part, I'm really happy with my routine. I have been for the last couple years, and so I've stuck to it. I haven't really implemented anything new, and that's fine. You don't always need to be trying those new toner pads or trying those new things. Like, I feel like you can still have a good routine without dropping tons of money on the latest product. Experimenting with different things, figuring out what works for you, and then keeping those things and just sticking to it. I think that's been really helpful for building my routine. So yeah, that's my skincare routine, and those are my tips. I hope you could find some of that helpful. And so yeah, thanks for watching today. I'll see you next time. Bye!